let's enjoy some yoga. It seems like everybody feels like sitting down, so the sitting down people win. But if you want to stand up, you go ahead and stand up. We're gonna just do our grounding exercise or segment. Cameras aren't in your. You're okay with. Good. And I'm not sure if you're in the line,
okay.
but it's okay. I usually cut people out, anyways. I'm so grateful that you chose to come out today, and I'm like super happy that it's not pouring rain. It's a good thing. Let's enjoy some yoga, and I'm glad you had a chance to chit chat. I think that's a super important thing to do. We don't get that a lot. No, you can either close your eyes to start your practice, or just stop looking at me. Just look at something awesome, because I'm not going to do anything special right now. I'm going to sit and talk to you and encourage you to be in the moment. So let's listen to the birds and nature and enjoy that for a moment. While you're enjoying the beautiful sounds, pay attention to your breathing and how soothing you can make that. Allow yourself to twist to the right side. Keep mindful, just enjoy. You're going to stay here for a moment. We're not in a rush to move. Maybe you're able to see something slightly different or perceive sounds a little differently on this angle, and notice you're breathing a little bit differently because you're twisted. Let's turn the other way. And then recenter yourself and let yourself fold. Just lean forward. And if you're able to go further than I can, go for it. Let your head move around. Let your shoulders move around if there's any kind of feeling of stiffness. If you're blessed to have a body that when you lean forward there's no aching, then you don't have to move. Come on up. Lengthen both legs in front of you. And then lean again. Without any kind of goal to increase flexibility right now, just lean. No pulling. Soften your breath, soften everywhere that you can. Shoulders, jaw, arms. Let your chin drop to your chest. Bring your toes towards your face. That'll light up everything behind there. Slowly come up. You're going to rotate another time to the right, with the legs straight. See if you can sit up nice and tall this time. And then the other side. All right, we're going to meet on all fours. Tabletop. When you're in tabletop, I always encourage you to wiggle at first. Get rid of tension in the shoulders, the wrists, the knees, the hips, the neck. So move all over the place. And then start to amplify some of the movements, which will be forward and back. So I'd like you to drop your bum towards your heels so you can go to child's. And then roll your back to move forward and go into a plank that might bring you into a back bend depending on how your back and shoulders are feeling. And continuously move between those two extremes. Rounding, wiggling. Kind of moving snake-like if you'd like to shift and not be too linear. Roll around. Explore. I'm going to do that about 3 more times. If you can link that to breath, that's a bonus. Good. The next time you're going to pause in child just for a few moments. Release the wrists by moving your fingers, your hands. Rounding up one more time, and this time take your right leg through your hands and let's go to deep dragon. So the goal is to feel the back thigh getting a nice stretch, nice lengthening without exaggerating. Good. If anybody needs any knee pads, you find that the ground is still not cushy enough for you, there's some blue pads right by my camera there. So let's go into a half splits. Move your bum back and lengthen the front leg. And of course, I encourage you to move your foot, move your hips. Come back to your deep dragon. Let's see if we can bring our hands to our knee. So engage your legs a little bit more as you do this. Good. Now actually try and engage your legs a lot more. Try and bring the back knee and the front heel to meet in the center. They're not going to, but you feel the traction. You feel the muscles engaged to make it happen. Good. If you'd like to rise your arms, please do so. Good. Now, even though I'm reaching back, I'm working to not arch my back too much, even though it is arching a bit. Okay, so I don't want it to go into a deep back bend. Control it. Good. Let's go back to child's. Bring the leg back. Pause for a moment here. You can even have your hands towards your feet if that feels better. Or you can go into modified child's. It's the left leg's turn to move forward. Let's crawl forward. Take that leg front. And move around. Shift around. Wiggle. All right, time for the half splits. Move your bum back. Lengthen again. Move around. It's so early in the practice that trying to stay still might not be your best friend. Let's crawl forward into your deep dragon. See if you can bring your hands to your knee. And then traction the foot and the knee towards each other. You really feel it engage. And it solidifies your body, your back. Rise your arms if that feels good. If it doesn't, you can always stay low. Right? So the more that you reach back, the more that you engage the legs and the pelvis. Good. Let's bring it back down and go to child's for 2 breaths. Take a good exhale as you get there and then take 2 more breaths. Quieting down. Good. We're going to meet in a fold. If you'd like to go through downward facing dog, go for it. If not, you can just stand and then fold with your hands close to your feet, feet close to your hands. On your inhale, you're going to rise up. Nice big breath. And bring your hands through heart and then down to your side. And feel the lumpiness of my yard. Feel that, notice that. It's not, so standard. It's not like a hardwood floor. It's not perfect. But it's perfect. Right? Nature. And if ever you feel like being on the grass instead of your mat and do some grounding, you do that, right? A little wet, but you can do it. Once again, don't look at me. Enjoy nature or close your eyes and enjoy spending a few quiet moments deep within you. Let your chin drop to your chest. Let your shoulders round in, your back round in, and start to go down so that you're going to ragdoll fold. Your hands are going to glide down your legs. Go 1 vertebrae at a time, if that's possible for you. And go hang upside down. Let yourself sway side to side. Now you're going to place your hands on your ankles behind you. Feel the warmth of the touch. And as you rise, I want you to feel the back of your calves, the backs of your knees, the backs of your thighs, your buttocks, as much as your back as you physically can, and then rise up to the sky. And dive down for your fold. Exhale. Come to half up. Fold, touch behind your legs and feel the touch, the entire rise. Feel the warmth, feel the connection. Rise up. This time we're going to tip to the right. I'm going to mirror you. Over. And then up and over the other side. Beautiful. Rise it high and dive it down. Half up. Fold. Give me a strong rise. All the way up, like you mean it. Beautiful. You're going to step your right leg back, and we're going to do warrior one with the left leg forward. So I will do it this way. Warrior one. Rise your arms. I'm going to do this. Good. Nice warrior one. From your warrior one, I'm going to get you to tie your hands behind your back and balance here. If ever you find your balance is not the greatest, go wide, like this way rather than this way to balance. So bend that front knee as much as you can. Good. Focus on a blade of grass. Anything. Just focus on something. Have your drishti. You know, where you're focusing on becomes super important. Just focus on that. Feel your body. Release your arms, let them roll forward, bend a little bit more, go get something, bring it back up, and go into a warrior two. All you have to do is pivot a little bit, readjust your feet, soften the shoulders, reach out as far as you can, bend the knee as much as you feel you can, and pause here. And of course, if your shoulders and neck are not happy in this position, the arms go behind, which is a very wise thing to do. I'm going to do that today. Any position you're in, can you soften your shoulders even more? Keep the knee bent, if you can. And then while you're in these fairly strong poses, can you enjoy nature? And ignore the chatter from your body. Now we're going to rise, so we're going to exalt the warrior with straight leg. Reach the front arm up and back, straighten your leg, and feel a lovely stretch. Pause for a moment here. Barely any weight on that back leg with the arm. Beautiful. You're simply going to pivot, and you're pretty much all going to be facing the backyard, except you're facing there. And we're going to go into a straddle position, where your heels are out and your toes are in. Good. Reach all the way up, as high as you can. Let's tip to the right and then to the left. And then all the way over to the left. Good. Center yourself, and let's enjoy a fold. So let's dive down. The upside down. Come to half up. Turn your heels in, come through a sumo squat that rises you to a goddess pose. Beautiful. Hold it there for a moment. Think of sitting back. Good. Rise it up and simply pivot to do the other leg. So most of you are going to get to see my green siding there. Go into warrior one. Hold your warrior one. Get to see the world from a different perspective. Arms are up in the air if you want. Your hips are facing the short edge of your mat. Warrior one, the hips are square to the short edge. Good. You're going to reach for the sky, straighten your leg, take a deep breath, bend your knee and roll your arms back, and then lean forward as if you want to pick something up. Come back up and go into your warrior two. Good. You've got it. There you go. Excellent. Relax the arms if you feel that helps you. Really the work is in the legs and in the focus that you shift into. Can you find something to look at and just observe it? Don't judge it. No story. Just that's where you focus. Let's hold this 3 more breaths. If you want to challenge yourself and go deeper, you do. Staying where you are is also perfect. Straighten the front leg. The front arm reaches up to the sky, so you're exalting your warrior. You're leaning towards me a little bit more. Good. You got it. You got it. Excellent. Release that. Turn your heels out so that you're pigeon-toed. Reach your arms to the sky. And fold once more. Be upside down. Hang out. Get to a point where you feel like your spine is getting some relief. Bend your knees so that you can be completely upside down. Belly really, really close to the thighs. Your back generally is fairly long and straight, not rounded. That's a tough one. Beautiful. Now you're going to put your hands to the hollows of your hips so your legs have to take over, and then rise. Pivot around and step to the front of your mat, coming towards here. Good. Take a deep breath, rise it up. Tilt to the right and then to the left. And over. Good. Rise it up, exhale and fold. Let's put this all together. Half up, fold, step your right leg back and go into deep dragon, as we did at the beginning. Stay low or rise the arms and pay attention to the strength of your legs while you're here. Good. From here, let's go to child's. Step it back. You're welcome to stay in child's or go to downward facing dog. So take a breath and make a decision to stay or to change. Either or is fine. From wherever you are, let's take the right leg forward between your hands and create warrior one. So the back foot is down and on an angle. Come on up. And then sink into your warrior one. Beautiful. Rise it up, roll your arms, reach, bring it back up and go into warrior two. Pivot. Beautiful. Exalt your warrior. You can stay knee bent or straighten your leg, whichever one you feel like doing today. You can alternate. Fabulous. Come back through your warrior two, look to the ground, and let's go into a plank or a push-up position. Either on your feet or on your knees. And let's come down to the ground. Let's do our back bend. It can be low, medium, or high. From here, go back to your child. Take 2 breaths in Child's and go to Down Dog, or take 4 breaths in Child's. Whenever you're ready. From here, we're going to meet in a fold, standing. So step your feet close to your hands, hands close to the feet, let yourself hang upside down. On your inhale, let's rise. And bring your hands to heart. And pause. Let's do that again. Rise it up. Exhale and fold. And half up. Fold. Now it's the left leg that's going to step back and go into deep dragon. Bring the knee down. Stay low or rise. Engage your legs. Good. From here you go to Child's. And then you can shift to downward facing dog whenever you're ready, which could be never, right? You've got another 3 breaths. The left leg is going to step through, and you go to Warrior One. So take your time. Find a way to get to the Warrior One. Either, walk up there and get there, reach it up. Pause. Yes. Now lengthen the leg, try and touch the sky. Roll back. Reach as if you want to grab something. Bring it back up and go to Warrior Two. Good. Excellent. Exalt your warrior. Straight or bent leg. Go through your Warrior Two, and then we continue the vinyasa on the ground. Plank. Go down to the mat, chaturanga. Do your cobra, or your any back bend that you like. And then Child's or downward facing dog. There are about 4 breaths. Combine them, mix them, choose one. Let's meet standing at the front of our mat. Start with a fold. And then when you want to inhale, or when you inhale, rise. And bring your hands down to heart. Okay, so there's that combination. But I'm going to add stuff. So you're going to feel the repetition and feel the comfort of the same format. Let's rise our arms. Take a deep breath. Exhale and fold. Half up. Fold, send your right leg back. Go to a deep dragon. Stay low or rise. Enjoy. Settle in. Good. Shift to a Child's or downward facing dog. Three more breaths. Find your Warrior One, right leg forward. So you can go through your down dog or kneel, come up, any which way. Right? Let's all meet here. And once you're there, find that point that you want to focus on. Then take a deep breath. Rise up, lengthen, roll through, go get something, reach it up, go into Warrior Two. Good. So here's where I'm going to add on. We're going to create a balance pose. It's half moon, or I like to call it a star. So you're going to lean into that front leg until the back foot gets light, And then see if you can get that back leg to rise up. Bring your arms out to counterbalance. So one hand up, one hand down. And be a star. And if you want to go to half moon, then you tip. You slowly tip. That might be, for another time. You can test it out. Play with it. Now I want you to go slowly to get back to your warrior two. Yeah, I know. No thuds. Here's where you're going to exalt. You go, woo, I did that. Exalt. Now we continue down to the ground with the end of the sun salutation vinyasa, but you can go into child's directly. So it's plank, chaturanga, cobra, child's or down dog, or just go to child's or down dog. 4 breaths once you're into your child's and down dog. 4 of my breaths. Slow yours down. We will meet in warrior one, right leg forward. Whatever strategy you need to use, you use it proudly. Good. Beautiful. You're going to pivot, and let's go for the pigeon toe. Woo, and fold. Come to half up. Here's where I'm adding something else. The right hand is going to stay on the ground. The left hand's going to wrap around your back. Good. This is beautiful, but if you can add the texture of rotation, do so, where you try and lift your elbow and shoulder to the sky. If you like lengthening the arm to touch the sky, do it. If that's not something that's good for your shoulder and neck, stay wrapped. We're going to simply switch direction. Bring the hand down, bring the other arm around, and rotate. You're welcome to reach for the sky. Good, bring the hand down. Now you're going to walk your hands towards my direction of the world. Turn towards your right leg, bend, and step to the front of your mat in a fold. On your inhale, rise. There we go. Hands to heart. We're going to go through that cycle for the left version of that. Rise it up, big breath. Exhale and fold. Enjoy being a ragdoll for a moment. Half up. Fold, step your left leg back for deep dragon. When the knee goes down, you might decide to rise. Let's go into child's or downward facing dog, or a combination. Left leg forward for the warrior one series. Rise it up. Roll it, lengthen, reach, go get something, bring it back to warrior two. Hold it. All right, here's where we add the balance, the half moon. So slip, put your weight into the front leg, Slip the back leg in. Ooh, that was a deep one. Become a star. Don't worry about tipping. If the tipping is ready for you, you'll be able to do it. Right? If you're wobbly, get your balance first. Doing awesome. Let's celebrate with an exalted warrior. Step it back. Gently. Reach it up. Yeah. Feel your power there. Good. This is where we're going to insert the plank chaturanga cobra down dog. So bring it down. All the way. Make a back bend. And go to child's or downward facing dog. If you're able to find stillness, do so. Let's bring our left leg forward so you can rise up and pivot to go to a straddle. Pigeon toes and fold. Enjoy the fold here. Isn't the world pretty upside down? It's so beautiful. Come to half up and we're going to create our rotations. You're going to have your right hand down, left arm around your back. Rotate. Simply switch arms. Unrotate, go the other way. Good. The arm can rise to the sky. You can do that absolutely. Recenter yourselves and walk your hands towards me, towards the foot that's towards me. Go into your deep dragon. Settle into half splits. Bring that front leg back and switch legs. Deep dragon. The other leg forward for a moment. Slowing things down. And then go into your half splits. And then you're going to bring the leg back and now you're in tabletop. Wiggle around. Let your head drop, let the head rise, let the shoulders move. We're going to do giant circles with our arm, one arm at a time. You're going to place your right hand onto the mat. I'm going to do my right and left. I'm not mirroring you. Take the left arm and reach it behind you. Go see what's behind there. Go to the sky and then bring it forward. And then down and switch hands. The other arm goes way back. Look what's behind you. Reach for the sky. Look up there and bring it back down. So as much as you can, add the body, the head, the eyes, the arm. It's not just the arm. Switch arms each time. Go see. Check it out. Cool little bird. One more time each side. Go all the way back and around, rotate. Beautiful. One more time. Fabulous. Resettle. You might, relax your fingers and hands for a moment. Wiggle. We're going to go into bird dog, which means your right arm, one arm goes forward, the opposite leg goes back. So I'm going to go with the right arm forward and left leg back. And you hold that position and you stare straight down wherever your hand is, close in line with there. Do your best not to hold your breath. Good. Simply switch to the other side, other arm, other leg. Try to make it that it's your body holding you up rather than just the hand that's on the ground. Use the energy of rebound from your hand to the ground to go up the arm, up, and then engage the same thing for the leg. Feel that you're lifting and not just crushing down. All right, bring it back down, wiggle. Come to high kneeling. Okay, of course, if you're finding your knees aren't happy, double up your mat as much or triple up your mat as much as you need. Good. And from here, I want you to keep your entire body stiff and lean back until your quads, this part, lights up. And you go back just enough that you regret it, right? Just a little bit. Like, oh, I hope we don't stay here too long kind of position. But we're going to stay here. Hang on. So I want you to feel that your bum's not completely contracted. Your quads are doing the work here. Your core is a little engaged. Your shoulders are quiet. You're working hard, but you're looking so calm, cool, and collected. Good. Shift out of this. Now take your right leg forward. You're going to be in a 90 degree angle. Good. Tuck your tailbone under. Reach your arms forward like zombies. Turn your palms up and then point your fingers down to the ground. Now, the feeling in the arms is like you're trying to get your arms out of your shoulder socket, reaching forward, yet your entire back is trying to move back at the same time. So there's a lot of tension there, but no stress. There's just a pull. Good. You're tucking the tailbone under, so you're getting a lovely stretch here. We're going to rotate. Let's check it out towards the front leg side. Rotate and see how that feels in your stretch. It should add a little oomph. And let's rotate the other way. Keep the tuck of the tailbone. Keep reaching as much as you can. And then come back. Good. Take this bent leg and put it off of the mat, the side. Bend your knee a little bit more, lean into it, and reach up and over. There, beautiful. Make it feel good. Move around, shimmy. Be here with soft breath. And then come back up. Let's switch legs. It's going to go in front of you, the 90-90 position. Tuck your tailbone under so that there is a big pivot, posterior tilt. Zombie arms. I love this, zombie arms. Turn your palms up. I don't know any other way to say it. And then fingers down. Good. Now on this one, I'm going to add a little extra for your arms. In addition to pulling forward and your back pulling back, which there's no movement except tension, can you try and get your baby fingers to look at each other more? So there's an external rotation in the arms. It's not you're bringing them together. You're just turning them. Feels kind of weird, huh? But the tensioning is so good for you. So you are tucked. You're reaching. Now let's go across. Keep all the tension. Some tension is good, right? Breathe. Deep breaths. And let's go to the open space. Rotate the other way and see how that feels. There's a little less restriction. Keep reaching, keep rotating, keep lengthening. I know, it creates a burn. Come back and then soften. Let's take this leg out to the side. Oh, that feels good to release. Lean, reach over. Good. Just be here. And then come back, and we're going to do a version of Pigeon, whichever one you like. If Pigeon facing forward is not your friend, you can do it on your back. I'm going to show you a few. I'm going to go right leg forward, left leg back, but both of them are kind of bent. And you can lean forward, and there's your Pigeon. Okay? But you can also do it more the traditional way, would be the leg would lengthen and back, and you might even get off of your buttocks and lay. So it all depends on how your knees and your hips are doing, how your glutes are tight. The more traditional version does not mean that it's the best one. Right? There is a best version for you, and it might not look like what pictures look like. Find the angle that you'll get the best, nice effect onto the glutes and the outer thigh. We'll be here for about 5 or 6 breaths. Nice, slow, long breaths. Make them complete. So there's belly involved, there's ribs involved, and there might even be clavicular breath way up high. As long as clavicular breath is at the end of all the other ones, that's awesome. You just don't want to live in that space all the time. We're going to wander over to the other leg being the lead leg. You can go through down dog, you can just sit and switch legs, whatever works for you. And choose. Check out the base version. Does it help your, glute and outer thigh? Yes, no. Then you choose. Okay, if it's no, then you need a little bit more. And you might need a little bit more to finally get to the stretch. But remember that hypermobility is not a good thing. So if it takes you a lot of almost contortion to get there, back off a little bit. You don't need to go that far. What you can do with this pose instead is just relax in it. And don't use it as a stretch, because you're already too stretched out. We're going to continue to work relaxing or releasing the tension in our glutes, but we're going to do it seated. Journey up to your butt. Take your right leg sorry, both legs forward. Take your right leg across. Now you can do a figure 4, and this will be lovely. If you get a nice stretch there, you stay there. If you're kind of curious and you think you might be able to go further, you put the foot down, and then you're this way. Now you can even check to see if the straight leg can come in, and then you can sit your bum down. If the test here, if you can't get your bum down, that leg needs to go straight again. Okay. And from here, there's also, you can wrap around and rotate to the side of the leg that's bent, or the other side. Both feel amazing, right? I want you to be in your body and go, all right, which way, which position gives me my best release of tension in the outer thigh, hip, buttocks area? Now you can journey on to the other side. You take your time. Here's the left leg that's going to go into figure 4. You know the process. You generally know where you can go that works. Sometimes it's good to check out some of the options that you might never have, really opted for. And you might be surprised that that option might be the ultimate one for you. And do your best to not let your ego get in the way of the choice. To put the final touch on our practice, you're going to choose to either stay in an upright position and meditate, or enjoy Shavasana, lie down, or any other position that you feel that you can get most benefit out of for about 2-3 minutes of silence and quiet. You aim to keep your body in stillness, your mind quiet, or give your mind something to focus on by repeating a mantra. And if you don't have a mantra, you're not quite sure what that is, it's just a sound that you repeat over and over again that keeps your mind busy on just focusing on that. Sound can be Om. A mantra could be I am. There's absolutely no reason to hurry or get out of your position. Stay there as long as you want. I'm just going to close the practice by inviting you, wherever you are, to place your hands to heart or focus on your heart. Some of you, the position is not right for that. And as you have your hands to heart, I want you to feel the warmth of your touch, the kindness of your touch. And feel a loving touch from yourself, a loving connection. You are amazing as you are, with all your weirdness, right? That's the best part. Let's take a deep breath. Inhale, big time. Exhale, whatever crap you do not want to hold anymore. Let it go. Go have an amazing day. Namaste.
Namaste.
So take your time. Thank you for playing yoga with me today. I love it. I love it. You get to have friends over. Love it. So yeah, take your time. I mean, you can chit chat. There's no urgency.